are you? How are you doing, guys? Hey, I'm a little bit tired because I have a baby. I have a son. Anyone here have kids? Okay, just one person that screamed with fear. It was, yeah, I'm a new dad, so I'm still trying to figure out what kind of dad I want to be. You know, the only thing I'm sure is like I don't want to be the kind of dad who's a friend with his kid. You know, those people like he's my friend. I mean, I feel like I can't be his friend because I'm fucking his mom. What kind of friend do that to you? That's not your friend, you know? Every night, I put him to sleep, and then I go to the next room and fuck his mom? Well, he's sleeping. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that should be legal, honestly. My wife is from Texas. Anyone here from Texas? Enough. We don't need more than that. I mean, I like Texas. It's just a weird place for me. I'm Latino, and Texas is one of the few places in the world where they hate Latinos and they are Latinos at the same time. I don't know how they do this, but you talk with anyone on the street and they're like, oh, these goddamn immigrants. What's your name? Horge Gutierrez. How that shit's supposed to work, sir? I don't... It's a funny place. The last time I was there, I was talking with her family. And one of her uncles said to me, hey, don't make jokes about this country. You're not American. And he said, America? This way that I thought was not real, you know? I thought it was just a joke, but there's real people out there that say, America, like having a little stroke when they say the name of this country. Why they do that? Like I mean, first of all, if you decided to do that shit, you have to commit to that for the rest of your life. You know, you have to be like, how are you going to pay with American Express? You have to go all the way, non-stop. And then there's no other countries trying this, you know? Like, there's no, like, Croatia. Like, no one else is trying this shit. And then the weirdest part for me is that I am American because the name of the continent is America. Technically, I don't know if you guys agree. No, you don't agree. Everyone... It's fine. If everyone that was born in the continent of America is an American, you know? I mean, it's crazy that one country decided to took the name and we all agree immediately, you know? Like, no one fight back. I mean, it's just crazy. This is like if one of the Avengers decided to call himself the Avenger. And the rest of the group is like, wait, what? That's not how it works, man. Listen, when we all together, we are the Avengers. And this guy is like, no. Listen to me. I am the Avenger. It is pretty weird. When I was there, I had to convince them to get the vaccine. They didn't want the vaccine because they're ignorant fuckers. And one of them said to me, he was like, hey, I don't want the vaccine because I don't want the Bill Gates will control my mind. Do you remember that shit that some people were saying that Bill Gates trying to put a microchip to control your mind? I was like, if you think that Bill Gates want to control your mind, you should let Bill Gates to control your mind. He's way smarter than you. This is a chance for improvement. This is good news for you and your family. By the way, this is the thing. I find kind of weird that people are so concerned about being mind control. It wouldn't be nice to be mind control for a month, you know? 1 month of no thinking, you know, especially when you're trying to look for a movie on Netflix. And you're there for hours trying to find something. It wouldn't be nice if a voice in your brain is like, Shrek 2. So you can go like, thank you, Mr. Gates. I appreciate your love for fine cinema. Before I moved to the US, I used to live in Mexico. Anyone here from Mexico? Any Mexicans? Thank God. No, there's some? Yeah. Okay, why it took you a minute to say? It was like, this, I'm illegal or not? I'm not sure. Mexico is great. It's so much fun. I can't believe people hate Mexico. Mexico is the best. I remember like I got there and I called an Uber, you know, from the airport. And the Uber called me back immediately. And he said, sorry, but Uber is illegal in Mexico City. And I was like, so why you pick up the phone? He was like, because I'm still gonna pick you up. This is Mexico. If something is illegal, it doesn't mean it's not gonna happen. It means you have to wait. And this is true. He was like, this is my plan. I'm gonna get there, I'm gonna park, I'm gonna get out of the car, I'm gonna go around, and I'm gonna hug you. Because if there's a cop watching, we're just friends. And I was on the phone like, okay. I'm trying to embrace this new culture. I say yes. And 5 minutes later, this guy shows up. He gets out of the car, he did the whole thing. He goes around, he hugged me, and he kidnapped me. But he did a great job, he was really good at this. I give him 5 stars, he was an expert. The car was very clean. He gave me some water. But when I was there, I was like, I always wanted to move to New York. That was my dream. So at some point, I convinced my girlfriend at the time, let's rent a U-Haul. This is what my stupid plan was, like, let's rent a U-Haul, put all your shit, and let's drive from Mexico City all the way to New York. And she was like, this is the dumbest idea ever. So I was like, this is my dream. I want to feel like a truck driver. That was my... I always wanted to be, fat and have diabetes. Listening to Willie Nelson for hours. That was like my dream. And she said like, okay, do it by yourself. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this shit. And I drove for, 6 days, this U-Haul. And at some point, I was driving through Texas and I saw a checkpoint. You know what is a checkpoint? It's where they check if you're legal or not. So I was driving there and I started thinking like, wait a second. I'm a guy I'm from Chile, with a Chilean tourist visa, thank you. Too late, but thank you. Driving a U-Haul full of Mexican furniture and a dog with no connection to me. It was her dog. And I was like, I'm illegal, probably. I don't know. So I was doing the stupidest shit that you can do. It's driving really slow. I was driving so fucking slow, thinking that at some point they will be like, he disappeared. He was so slow. He's gone, So I was super nervous driving this U-Haul, and I mean, the dog looked at me and he was like, we're fucked. We're so fucked, man. And I was like, shut up, you're a dog. You shouldn't be talking. What are you... And he was like, I'm not a dog. I'm a Mexican man. I've been dressed like a dog for 8 years, waiting for this moment to finally cross the border. And you ruined this shit for me. And I was like, shut up, I'm trying to think what I'm gonna say to this border patrol. So it took me 3 hours, but I finally got there. And this guy, this border patrol, he knocked at the window, So I rolled down the window. He looked inside. He saw my face. He saw the dog, and he's like, "Okay, you can go." And that's when I realized that I'm white. I'm a white person in this country. So since that day, I don't pay taxes. I love Trump. And I'm a cop. I am having more babies, guys. My wife is pregnant again. Yes. Thank you. And this is the problem. They are twins. Yes. There's 2 babies there. And yeah, we reacted the same ways as you guys. Like we were like, the perfect mix between happiness and sadness. It's like, So the doctor, she looked at us, she looked at our faces, and she was like, oh, calm down. Yeah, they're twins. But she said, there's a way to fix this. We can get rid of one of the kids. And I thought immediately, it should be my oldest son. He's been alive already for a couple of years, you know. It's fair that he stepped down for the next generation, I think. And she said, like, no, you idiot. Like, we're talking about a thing that is a real thing called a half abortion. And I know it's new. I never heard of this before. Like, there's a real thing that's a half abortion. We all understand what's going to happen in this joke. And we were like, okay. I mean, first of all, no one is talking about half abortions. You know, like, there's no one is running in the half abortion platform. There's no. And I think it's a great idea, by the way. I think we'll unify this country. You know, for pro-life people will be like, yeah, there's some life. Not a ton, but definitely some. And for pro-choice, it's like, yeah, there's an abortion. So it's a win-win situation. So then she mentions she went to specifics, and it's horrible. Like, this is how it works. That, like, yeah, take notes, please. Yeah, they put like a poison in one of the fetuses, you know, and the other one grows with this dead fetus right next to it. And I was like, I don't want that, you know. I don't want my baby to grow the same way when you took the subway at 4 a.m. in New York. You know, it's a ride that will take you home, but you have to do it with someone dead right next to you. And that's a joke. I want to finish with this. I think abortion is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Honestly, let's say it. It's not. But I feel like we're not able to convince like the most conservative people that this is a good idea. And one of the reasons why is because the name of this is very rough. I mean, abortion is not a great name for a product. I'm not talking about, you know, the morals of it. I'm just saying as a product, abortion, you know, not great. I was thinking that we should try to find something that connect with the other side, with the conservative people. So I was thinking, instead of abortion, let's call it budget cuts. Or downsizing. Or my favorite one, let some people go. That's my time, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Give it up for your host.